Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and we are back with more Know Your Members of Congress for the 119th Congress. Before we get into today's video, I do want to go ahead and remind you I have two ways to donate to the channel if you are so inclined. I have a Patreon account, which is a month-to-month monthly donation system. And I have a Ko-fi account, which can do much the same, but it also allows you to make single one-time lower amount payments. Do not donate if you are in financial trouble, or donating will put you in financial trouble. Things are hard enough out there with the dumbasses in power. So please take care of what you need to take care of first. If you can afford it and you want to donate, thank you. I do appreciate it. It is just me, myself, and I out there. So yeah, and I try not to. I've tried to swear myself off doing commercials, and as of yet, I'm not getting any um, YouTube money. So this has more or less been a very free operation out of my own drive to put out. So, but with that said, let's jump back into the video. Today, we are looking at Representative Julie Johnson, who is the representative for the 32nd District of Texas, which is weirdly gerrymandered. It's just east of Dallas, covers part of Mesquite, Texas, and encircles Plano, Texas. Just horribly gerrymandered. She is a Democrat, and before she took office, she was preceded in office by Colin Allred. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at who Julie Johnson is as an individual. She was born in Kansas City, Kansas on May the 2nd, 1966. Graduated from Auburn High School in Auburn, Alabama in 1984. Earned a Bachelor of Arts from the University of Texas at Austin, Texas in 1987. Earned a JD from the University of Houston in Houston, Texas in 1991. Has been a private practice lawyer. Member of the Texas State House of Representatives 2019 to 2025 before being elected as a Democrat to the 119th Congress. This is her first term. Now, let's go ahead and look at the committees she is on. She is on the Committee on Foreign Affairs, of which she's on the Subcommittee on Europe and the Subcommittee on South and Central Asia. She's on the Committee on Homeland Security, of which she's on the Subcommittee on Border Security and Enforcement and the Subcommittee on Emergency Management and Technology. She's on the Committee on House Administration, of which she's on the Subcommittee on Elections, and she's on the Joint Committee on the Library. Now, let's go ahead and look at her top 5 individual donors and contributors over the last election cycle. At the top, number 1, we have AIPAC, the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, which is an American pro-Israel lobbying group that advocates its policies to the legislative and executive branches of the United States, being one of such several pro-Israel lobbying organizations in the United States, and has been called one of the most influential lobbying groups in the U.S. It proclaims itself a bipartisan organization, but it just bribes both parties' politicians. And as of 2025, it reports more than 5 million members in the United States, 17 regional offices, and a vast pool of donors. It was founded in 1954 by lobbyists for the Israeli government, partly to counter international criticism of Israel's Kibbutz massacre of Palestinian villagers that year, showing they've always been up for genocide. It became a powerful organization in the 1980s. In 2002, it expressed intent to lobby Congress to authorize use of force in Iraq, and in 2003, the Iraq War was defended at AIPAC events. In 2005, a Pentagon analyst pled guilty to espionage charges of passing U.S. government secrets to senior AIPAC officials in what became known as the AIPAC espionage scandal. You know, straight out and out fucking treason and traitorousness. And that's what AIPAC is in its essence. It is a representative of another nation lobbying our government for their own purpose. Not something for our government, not something for our people. For them as another government, another nation. That is treason. They are vile. They are disgusting. They are demonic. They are just wretchedly horrid. Altogether, they have donated $36,510. And once again, that's AIPAC. Next, at number 2, we have Billingsley Company. And they are headquartered in Dallas, Texas, and deal with commercial and real estate development, and were founded in 1978 by Lucy and Henry Billingsley. It co-owns, designs, finances, leases, and manages properties for the future successes of investments and the success of their tenants. Bullshit. Blah, blah, blah. It's a lot of flowery, pretty language to try to make it seem amazing. That's what I hate about a lot of these sites. I find the information, but I have to do so much parsing through what bullshit is put out here. I could read it off directly to you, but you'd be like, wow, they give a lot of bullshit. A lot of flowery language to try to make it seem impressive. Altogether, they have donated $18,200, and once again, that's Billingsley Company. Next, at number 3, we have Black Ridge, Texas. And they are a consulting company that specializes in government relations, lobbying, and advocacy services that is based in Austin, Texas. Altogether, they have donated $15,300, and once again, that's Black Ridge, Texas. Next, at number 4, we have Equality PAC. And it is a Washington, D.C. based hybrid PAC. I believe that is connected with the Congressional Equality Caucus. And the Congressional Equality Caucus is formerly known as the Congressional LGBTQ Plus Caucus, is a caucus in the U.S. Congress focused on advancing LGBTQ LGBTQ rights in the United States and was formed by openly gay representatives Tammy Baldwin and Barney Frank as on June the 4th, 2008. The caucus is chaired by the most senior openly LGBTQ members of Congress and is co-chaired by the other openly LGBTQ members of the House of Representatives. During the 119th Congress, the caucus is chaired by Representative Mark Takano and co-chaired by Representatives Becca Balint, Angie Craig, Sharice Davids, Robert Garcia, Julie Johnson, Sarah McBride, Chris Pappas, Mark Pecan, Richie Torres, Emily Randall, and Eric Sorensen. The other sitting LGBTQ members of the House. At the beginning of the 119th Congress, the Congressional Equality Caucus is the largest caucus in the U.S. House of Representatives with 191 members. And the most the caucus has ever started a Congress with. In the 118th Congress, it had a peak membership at one point of 195. So that 195 was its highest. 191 is the highest it's ever started a Congress with. So likely the 118th, they didn't start as high, but they got to that point. Members of the Equality Caucus have passed several notable pieces of legislation to expand and codify LGBTQ rights into federal law, including the Respect for Marriage Act, which was signed into law by President Biden in 2022, and the Equality Act, which passed the U.S. House in the 116th and 117th Congresses, but was never voted on by the Senate. Altogether, they have donated $14,500, and once again, that's the Equality PAC. Finally, in fifth, we have North Lane Capital Partners, and they are headquartered in Bethesda, Maryland, and invest in growing, highly profitable middle market companies, providing investment advisory services, offering portfolio management and financial planning services. Altogether, they have donated $13,200, and once again, that's North Lane Capital Partners. Now, let's go ahead and look at the industry donors top 5 over the last election cycle. At the top, number 1, we have gay and lesbian rights at $202,769. Next, at number 2 is the Democratic Liberal groups, who altogether have donated $186,856. Next, at number 3 is attorneys and law firms, who altogether have donated $123,489. Next, at number 4 is trial lawyers and law firms, who altogether have donated $109,566. And in fifth is physicians, who altogether have donated $94,203. Now let's go ahead and look at all the donors at a glance. AIPAC, boo, suck. Billingsley Company, real estate, ooh. Blackridge, what was Blackridge? Consulting, ooh. Equality PAC. Normally I hate PACs, but what they stand for is good. It is for people, for people's rights. So I'm going to say good, great. Northland Capital Partners. And again, I hate these investment partnership type companies. Boo, suck. So yeah, you start off kind of horribly here. Industry wise, gay and lesbian rights, great, absolutely wonderful. Democratic liberal groups, boo, suck. Attorneys and law firms, ooh. Trial lawyers and law firms, ooh. Physicians, okay, good. Overall, not a good combination. I'm going to have to say they suck balls. I came up here going, but I'm going to have to give you a suck balls. They just, yeah, not good. Not good at all. But this has been a look at Representative Julie Johnson, who is the representative for the 32nd District of Texas. As always, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. And it can't just be a bunch of tinfoil hat wearing sources or anecdotes thrown together. Try to make sources like my neighbor's doctors, karate instructors, chimpanzee saw a flying saucer in the sky. No. No. I'll be putting my links in the description box below the video. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.